Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 6 o'clock, and we want to begin tonight with good news for all of us who drive. Governor Mike Braun declaring a new energy emergency and now suspending our state's gas tax holiday for yet another month.
The move made just today, and it is expected to save you around 60 cents a gallon when you go to the pump. Our State House reporter Emily Longnecker joining us live tonight following the governor's announcement this afternoon. And Emily, walk us through how we got to this point.
Yeah, Ann and Scott, well, let's start with this. The current gas tax suspension was set to expire tomorrow night at 11:59. Now let's take a look back. The governor first started suspending gas taxes in April when he declared an energy emergency because of what was going on in the Middle East, the conflict in Iran and its impact on oil prices. By law, the governor had a certain number of times he could extend those gas tax suspensions on his own without getting lawmakers involved too. Now today, the governor said he was declaring a new energy emergency that had nothing to do with what was going on in the Middle East. Instead, he cited the wildfires in Canada and the war between Russia and Ukraine. The governor said both had led to new disruptions to the global oil supply and driven up the price of gas. At today's announcement, the governor was asked if declaring a new energy emergency reset the clock for gas tax holidays.
It does. It's an additional burden that you got to take into account.
So he takes this desperate plunge pretending he's doing something new and there's a new emergency. I mean, his performance is sad.
The governor said that this new energy emergency gives him another 120 days to work with. And just like he did these past few months when he started these suspensions in April, he will be reevaluating every 30 days to see if an extension, a suspension, should continue. So this latest suspension that starts will run through September 5th. Now, Democrats not coming out directly against extending the suspension. In fact, State Representative Greg Porter said, look, Hoosiers need real relief at the pump, and this provides real relief. But he said that ultimately the governor is really doing this because of the war in Iran. And Porter called that situation in the Middle East a quagmire that he said that taxpayers were footing the bill for. Governor Braun was asked about what was going on in Iran right now, and he said, quote, it looks like it's going to take a while, but he said that that really should not be the focus, and instead folks should be focusing on the fact that Indiana is in a financial position to do something and bring real relief to Hoosiers at the pump. So everyone agreeing that this latest extension of the gas tax suspension does bring relief to Hoosiers, but definitely some questions about how the governor is going about it. Ann, Scott?
Yeah, the process in question. Emily, thank you so much. So this gas tax holiday will be saving all drivers millions of dollars at the pump, but it also is costing state and local governments the same amount.
Last month, Governor Mike Braun announced a plan to pay back local governments any lost money during this gas tax suspension. The state of Indiana reported it expected to lose more than $500 million. Last month, the state authorized $121 million to pay back local governments for revenue that was lost during April and May. That money is used to help pay for things like local road projects across our state.
So it's the situation right now, you might ask? Well, Indiana still has some of the lowest gasoline prices nationwide. In fact, we checked and we found gasoline for as low as $3.34. That's at the BJ's on Lowe's Way on the north side in Carmel. You can check out the lowest prices where you happen to be if you go to WTHR.com/gas prices.
Plenty of sunshine today, and as expected, it was a warm afternoon. We're in the 70s and 80s right now. 78 Crawfordsville, 83 Bloomington, 84 Columbus, and 81 degrees in Lafayette. Beautiful view from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway looking back to downtown. Temperatures right now in the low 80s, and that's where we'll stay over the next few hours. We'll spend the late evening hours in the 70s under mainly clear skies. However, as you prepare for work and school tomorrow, throw the umbrella in. We've got some scattered showers in the forecast. We'll be near 70 at the bus stop tomorrow, and you can see the rain getting closer to us. Areas north and west of Indianapolis will have a few showers this evening. Better rain chances tomorrow. I'll have that look ahead in a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Angela. Thanks. Tonight, the family of the man who was killed in that shooting with police says IMPD continues to delay their request to view the body cam video.
This comes after now we've learned that the second injured officer was released from the hospital after receiving care. That discharge was on Monday. Ashton Hackman now explains tonight why the family says seeing that video is so critical to them.
2 weeks after he was killed in an alleged shootout with police, the family of 21-year-old Dallas Jett says they're still waiting for answers. It happened July 22nd near 38th and Franklin. Police say Jett fired at officers as they responded to a disturbance call. 2 officers were shot, one by accidental friendly fire from a fellow officer.
We're not trying to sort out the facts. As we have seen, those are shifting depending on what update IMPD provides.
Family says they were told they could view the video after the second injured officer was released from the hospital. That officer went home Monday, but family says they're still waiting.
Chief Terry has made it clear that the family is within their legal right to see it. We don't need to see it next week. We need to see it this week, and we need to see it as soon as possible.
In a statement, IMPD said they are committed to transparency and intends to respond to the family's request and share the footage with Mr. Jett's family as required under state law. Adding the delay is to protect the integrity of the investigative process and out of respect for everyone involved. Jett's family says seeing the video would help provide answers.
To delay that any further, the lack of transparency becomes how people start to perceive what is happening. We want to be clear about what happened. We don't want Dallas to be remembered for whatever it is that people's narrative of him is shaping. We want to state our facts about who Dallas is.
In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Ashton says that Jett's family is expected to hold a press conference and a candlelight vigil. It's for Friday. His funeral then set for the next day on Saturday. New tonight, 13 News has learned that the Johnson County coroner officially has stepped down and has resigned. Mike Pruitt is facing several charges after a 17-year-old girl's family said that he stalked her and sent her unwanted text messages and that he gave her alcohol. Pruitt is expected to plead guilty as part of a plea deal. A change of plea hearing is now set for tomorrow. That resignation took effect today.
Millions of dollars are headed to local nonprofits tonight to help train people re-entering the workforce after prison.
It can be really hard when you have a felony record, and the money is now coming from a federal grant. Brandon Schaff explains how Recycle Force works.
What looks like an electronic recycling facility is a lot more for these former inmates. Recycle Force pays former inmates through transitional employment and job training. Once they complete that training, Keys to Work helps them find jobs that can lead to a career. These groups now have a new $5.1 million federal grant to help them do that. Governor Mike Braun toured the facility on Wednesday. The Keys to Work CEO says Braun trusts what they've been doing for decades, making people feel welcome during re-entry.
People don't really know when you come home from prison, you have nothing. And you need a lot of support, you need guidance just to get back on your feet. We do that very, very well.
The grant will help them serve at least 680 people between 18 and 24 years old. Rob Smith has already benefited from the program and the support to begin his next chapter.
The blessings and the lesson. 1, 2, 3. I ain't looking back, cause I ain't going back. 1, 2, 3. I'm looking forward, cause we moving forward.
On Indy's Near East Side, Brandon Schaff, 13 News.
Umbrella weather returns. I'm timing rain chances in your forecast.